If you want to jack up your car, uh, you don't have to have ramps. I mean, it's best. I have ramps, but I'm gonna show you how to do it without ramps. So put in the jack here. If it, mine's a hard dirt, so I don't have to put this. But if you're on soft dirt, that's just so the jack doesn't sink into the ground. So you leave enough space because this is going to go there. So just a little bit further here. And this is going to go there with a piece of wood on top of it. And that's probably not high enough. We'll have to use something bigger. Hold on a second. Let me get something else. So I went and got this too. So I want it to be a little bit higher. So let's raise this up a bit. Make sure it's in that groove here. There's a little groove for it. Let me see if I can show it to you. So, underneath the car, there's a little groove right here. See this right here? That's where the jack is, because if you get it too close to this part, you'll bend it. So you gotta go underneath it, where there's a groove. Or you can get it under this. I don't know if you can see that. This chassis part. Under this, if you can. But like I said, this is probably good here. As long as you get to this groove here. See how it has a little dent on it, so you could put it on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and raise that up. Just wanted to show you that real quick. I forgot to tell you, you have to put it in park. I don't know if, see, it's in park. And the emergency brake. I forgot to tell you, you're supposed to do that before you raise it. Because sometimes you raise it and it'll roll back. Luckily mine hasn't rolled back, but it sounded like it wanted. So I remembered. But let's see. And if you can, You can put these, I buy these for my cars whenever I raise them. Let's go behind here. If you don't have that, you can put a brick. Let me show you. So we can put it like a brick in the back. If you don't have any of these things, you put it behind that, and this in front of the other side, and that's just so the car, see how the other one was in the back, this one was gonna go in the front, or a brick there, you know what I mean? So that's just so it won't roll forward when I lift it, and this one so it won't roll back when I lift it. So like I said, you can use 2 bricks, or if you have those little stoppers that I have. And you do this on one side and then the other. Okay, once it's on there, you bring the jack back down. And it's gonna rest on it. And then you do the same thing to the other side. Let's move the camera here. So we'll get here to the other side and do the same thing. I'm gonna put the brick here. Then this is gonna go on top. And probably this. Or this. Let's see how high I need to go. Like I said, you don't have to put this brick on if you have a hard ground, but if you have a soft ground, it's better. Because that way the jack doesn't sink into the ground. Like mine's concrete here, I'm not worried about it. I'm just showing you how it's done. Again, like I said, there's a groove here where you're supposed to pick it up from. Don't get to the edge. You pick up from the edge, you'll bend this, and your car will look ugly, and you'll have a problem with your door. So don't do that. So when that's jacked up, make sure you get under here. Don't get this part of it. You got to get underneath. See, there's a little hump here. I'm trying to avoid that one because I want to try to get a flat surface. So once you get it here, just make sure you put a piece of wood here, because the weight might break this brick if it's just on one point or the other. So I'm gonna use a thinner one here on this side than on the other side. So once I got that on there, I can bring down this jack. Okay. See how loose it is now? I'm not going to take it all the way off because I'm going to raise it up to take them off here in a little bit. Well, watch how high that car got up. It's pretty high. I can get to that starter. Plus it won't roll forward. And it won't roll backwards. And it's up pretty high on those things there. Now I'm gonna open up the hood there and show you where the starter is. All cars are a little bit different. My starter is, let's see where my battery, oh, my battery's in my trunk. It's usually close to the transmission, and the transmission's right here. There's a transmission, so the starter's probably underneath that. Let me go underneath the car here and see if I can show it to you. And there it is. That's a starter there. Let me see if I can turn on the light. There it is. Okay, and those two tornillos that I was telling you about, see how they are in the front. So I'll put a screwdriver from here to here, and that should start the car. Just make sure before you do that you have it in neutral, because if you don't have it in neutral, that car will move and run you over while you're doing it. So the screwdriver goes from here to here, and watch, I'm gonna go double check that I'm in neutral first, which I probably am anyways, but if you don't check, you get killed. That car will move. Okay, I'm in park, which would be neutral for a standard car. Yours is a standard. So let me show you what to do with a screwdriver. Make sure you have a screwdriver that has a plastic part here so you don't get shocked. 12 volts isn't that much, but you might get burned, so always use a screwdriver with a plastic part on there. Don't just use any stick. So watch it out. I'll show you what it does. See, I'm gonna go ahead and tap it. First, you put the middle part of the screwdriver. I don't know if you could see that. Okay, there's a screwdriver. So about right here, you put it against this tornillo. I don't know if you could see it, against this tornillo. So, let's see if I could get a better view on it here. of what I'm doing. And this is how you check to see if the starters work. Watch. I don't know if you can see that, what I'm doing here. Can you see that? Oh man, it's so hard to see. Oh, maybe there, yeah. Okay, so see how part of the tornillo is there? And then I'm just gonna move it a little bit till that touches, watch. See how it starts? If it starts, that means your starter is good. If it just clicks, that means your starter is no good. And that's how you check your starter.